around your neck and has had around your neck for the past 30 years. It should have been done, got tight. It don't feel like a new...
Shame yourselves. And all of you that won't speak, I hope you get charged right with them as an accessory before, during, or after each crime, because every that's been around Diddy seen Diddy beat a...
Word on the street is Misa Hylton's out here spilling all kinds of tea on Diddy's so-called ride or die Mary J. Blige. Yeah, that Mary. The one who stood by Diddy during the whole bad boy era, shared stages, studios, and maybe even too many secrets. And now, Misa just hit her with a lawsuit. But hold up, that's only scratching the surface. Allegedly, their beef runs deep, and it's all circling back to Diddy. Insiders are whispering that the real issue between these two ex-friends is way messier than we thought, and Diddy might be smack in the middle of it all. But Misa ain't the only one side-eyeing Mary J these days. Folks all over are wondering how Mary still stands by Diddy after everything that's come out. The silence, the loyalty, it's got people raising eyebrows like crazy. And let's talk about that court moment. Y'all saw Misa pull up to Diddy's trial with a walker and figured she came to back him, right? Wrong! She shut that down fast with an Instagram post. She said, "When I suffered my injury, I had chosen to heal privately. But when my son said, 'Mommy, I need you,' I was right there for him. Walker and all. I'm a mother first, for real. I am my son's strength, and that's just what it is." Whew! That ain't just support, that's a statement. And this drama, it's only getting started. Straight up, Misa made it crystal clear. If you don't vibe with my path, then you're just not aligned with me. Period. She's out here living a purpose-driven life, making real moves, and says she's not losing sleep over insecure people trying to throw their baggage on her. She's focused and unbothered. But let's be real. There's more going on behind the scenes than just family support. 'Cause someone else has clearly been taking up space in Misa's mind. None other than Mary J. Blige. Yep, her old friend of 30 years. And Diddy's longtime partner in everything. Mary and Diddy go way back. He helped launch her career and even produced her first 2 albums. For decades, they've been locked in, through the ups, downs, and all the quiet in between. Mary's even admitted that Diddy helped her push through some deep fears when she was still trying to find her voice in the industry. But let's not forget, they had their own fallout too. And Mary did take the blame for it. She once said, "The reason we split up is me not understanding the business the way I needed to." She admitted that Diddy backed off, and at the time it hurt. But now she sees why. "I wasn't delivering. I wasn't taking care of my health." Whew. So while Misa's throwing shade and speaking her truth, Mary's out here owning her past too. Ain't no saints in this story, just a whole lot of history. But here's where things get extra juicy. 'Cause now folks are saying Misa's not just mad about old business drama. She's feeling betrayed by Mary's silence. Like, how can someone you've known for 3 decades sit quiet while your family's name is getting dragged through the mud? Think about it. Diddy's name has been all over the headlines, courtrooms, and shady conversations. And through it all, Mary? Not a peep. No post, no interview, no nothing. Just vibes and silence. And for Misa, that silence is starting to sound real loud. Let's not forget, Misa and Mary weren't just industry friends. These women were tight. Birthdays, family events, you name it. So when Misa showed up to court walking on that cane, standing tall for her son, some people thought Mary would have reached out. But nope, nothing. And now folks online are whispering that maybe Mary picked a side, and it ain't Misa's. To make it worse, people are pulling up old clips of Mary praising Diddy, calling him her brother, her inspiration, the one who always had her back. And now, with everything coming to light, that loyalty's looking a little suspicious. So yeah, Misa's hurt. She's speaking out. And she's calling it what it is. Fake friendship. 30 years of sisterhood, gone in silence. And from the looks of it, she's done playing nice. And let's be honest, Misa ain't the only one feeling some type of way. fans have started digging through old interviews, and now every little thing Mary said about Diddy is getting side-eyed. From calling him her brother to saying he saved her career, it's all being rewatched with a whole new lens. People are asking, did Mary really not know what was going on behind the scenes? Or did she look the other way because of loyalty? Or worse, fear? And here's the wild part. Some insiders say Misa's been biting her tongue for years. She allegedly kept it classy, stayed quiet, and let Mary rock with Diddy without making a scene. But now, with the lawsuits, court appearances, and the streets buzzing, Misa's like, enough is enough. There's even talk that Misa felt completely blindsided when Mary didn't show even the smallest support for her or her son. No phone call, no check-in, just silence. And silence, when things are this loud, feels like betrayal. Now Misa's throwing that energy right back. She's not just airing out her truth, she's sending a warning to every fake friend in the game. Don't act like you didn't know. Don't play innocent now. 'Cause when it all crashes down, people will remember who stayed silent and who stood up. So let's get this straight. How Diddy gonna gamble on her, but then turn around and call Mary J. Blige one of the greatest storytellers in R&B? In 2023, he even praised her, saying she paved the way for women to speak their truth to power, said she deserved every ounce of her success. But let's not forget, Mary wasn't just Diddy's ride or die. She was Misa's friend too, for 30 years. And here's where it gets wild, because if Misa's been around that long, she's seen everything. Not just Diddy's mess, but Mary's too. And there's one story people keep bringing up, the night after Suge Knight's legendary rant at the 1995 Source Awards. What went down after that speech? According to Danny Boy, it was something else entirely. He claims that after the awards, Suge sent him alone to a hotel suite. And when he walked in, the scene was wild. A whole group was already there. Misa Hylton, Mary J. Blige, and even Devontae Swing's baby mama. Drinks were flowing, people were vibing, and the energy was heavy. Danny Boy didn't stay long, but what he saw was enough to raise eyebrows. So now, when Misa sees Mary still standing close to Diddy, acting like she's above all the drama, it hits different. Because behind all the industry praise and power talk, some folks remember those hotel rooms too. So Danny Boy says Suga hit him up again, telling him somebody wanted to see him. He heads back to the suite. And what does he walk into? Misa posted up in bed, wrapped in nothing but a sheet, and Mary J. Blige chilling on the couch like it's just another night in Hollywood. But Danny says he knew Misa wasn't checking for him, so he sat down and started kicking it with Mary instead. Things started off low-key. They ordered more food and drinks, just vibing. But then a knock hit the door, and Mary jumped like she'd seen a ghost. Danny said she thought it was her ex, Casey from Jodeci, and she wasn't trying to deal with that drama. So the door stayed closed, and they kept hanging. After a few hours of talking, Danny claims Mary laid her head on his lap. Next thing you know, they're in another bedroom. According to Danny, Mary tried to seduce him and, yeah, he says they slept together that night. But it didn't stop there. He claims she started flying him out to New York after that, keeping the connection going. And here's where it gets real messy. While folks were out here saying Mary was Tupac's girl, Danny says, nah, that wasn't the case. Mary was my girl, he said. And back then, he was 16. Mary? She was 24. Yeah, that's the part that's got everybody talking. See, Misa was right there when all of this was happening. And let's be real, she didn't just hear things secondhand. She had a front row seat. So if anyone knows the real stories behind Mary and Diddy, it's her. And the question now is, what else did Misa witness that the public still doesn't know? It gets even messier. There were rumors floating around that Diddy might have crossed the line with Danny Boy. But here's where it gets blurry. Some people started asking if Mary actually passed Danny to Diddy, or if Diddy acted on his own, since Danny was always around them. Nobody's confirming what exactly happened that night, but the streets are buzzing with questions. Did Mary know? Did she look away? And what did she really witness? One thing's for sure, Mary J. Blige and Diddy were thick as thieves for years. You can find tons of photos of them with celebs like Suge, Kim Porter, and more. Mary was even close to Kim, showing up at events, smiling, laughing. They were tight. She even spoke at Kim Porter's funeral, which had people saying, if anyone knew what Diddy was into, it had to be Mary. And that's exactly why people like Jaguar Wright came for her, calling her complicit and saying Mary should be ashamed for staying quiet while chaos swirled around Diddy. Let's not forget, this is the same Jaguar Wright who claimed foul play was involved in Aaliyah's death, and even said she knew she was next. Her exact words? It was just that when I saw her die, that's when I discovered the fact that I'm next. Now that hits different. I don't know how or when, but I'm next. That's what Jaguar Wright said. I don't know what kind of freak accident they're gonna throw me in or what kind of overdose they'll stage, but I knew I was next. I was scared. That's a direct quote, and it chills people to the bone. Because let's be honest, Mary J. Blige ain't new to this industry. She knows exactly what happens behind those closed doors, and probably knows who's pulling the strings too. And here's where it really gets wild. Because rumors say Mary wasn't just close to Diddy. She was real close. Word is, she was part of Kim Porter's first threesome with him. And if that's true, then Mary saw a side of Diddy the public never did. And remember that mysterious book Kim Porter was working on before she passed? The one that was supposed to drop but never did? Some folks claim excerpts from it leaked. And guess what? Mary J. Blige allegedly played a big role in those pages. One source even claimed that Mary got pregnant by Diddy, and he allegedly forced her to get rid of it. Again, allegedly. So if that's even halfway true, Mary saw it all of it. And while she's been silent, Misa's the one speaking up. She's the one showing emotion, standing firm, and calling Diddy out, especially when it comes to her boys. Like when Diddy's homes got raided and King and Justin were detained. Misa wasn't quiet. She was calling Diddy nonstop, furious that her sons were cuffed by federal agents. Meanwhile, Mary said nothing. That silence? It's starting to speak volumes. Later, Misa shared a clip that had everybody's jaw on the floor. Law enforcement rolling up to Diddy's West LA mansion, guns drawn, sweeping the place like it was a war zone. The footage showed officers fanning out through the home, searching every corner. And in the middle of it all, King and Justin. They were caught in the chaos, detained right there in the hallway. You could see Justin approaching with his hands in the air, clearly scared, while King was pushed up against a wall and handcuffed. These weren't just bystanders. They were right in the heat of it. And when that old hallway clip of Diddy and Cassie went viral again, Misa didn't stay quiet. She posted a statement that hit hard. I am heartbroken that Cassie must relive the horror, and my heart goes out to her. I know exactly how she feels, and through my empathy, it has triggered my own trauma. That line, triggered my own trauma, had people talking. Because the way she said it, it sounded personal, real personal. She added, these young people were raised by women that want the best for them. We put God and education first, and have always been united in our mutual effort to support their dreams. Two of the youngest do not have their mother here, and it has been our duty to support them. Their father needs help, and I am praying that he truly does the personal work and receives it. Fans took that as a soft but clear shot at Diddy. And when she said trauma, a lot of folks believe she was talking about what she went through during her time with him. Let's keep it real. Rumors have been swirling for years that Diddy was putting his hands on Misa during their relationship. And then comes the heartbreak. Diddy allegedly cheated on Misa with Kim Porter. Both women were going through it, but Misa, she got it from both sides. Now, if you don't know the full love triangle drama, Here's how it went down. Not long after Diddy first crossed paths with Kim, Andre Harrell hired her as a receptionist. And from the jump, people said Diddy was visibly smitten. But the problem? He was still with Misa, his longtime girlfriend and the mother of his first child. Misa didn't have a clue. She was still loyal, still in the dark, and even struck up a friendship with Kim. Get this, after Kim broke up with her ex, Albie, sure, she allegedly moved in with Misa and Diddy. Yeah, you read that right. Misa was unknowingly sharing her home with the woman her man was secretly in love with. According to Misa, that's when Diddy started creeping with Kim behind her back. And once Misa and Diddy called it quits, Diddy and Kim went public in '94 and made it official. Now, no one knows every detail of what went down between Misa and Diddy behind closed doors. But for Misa to now be throwing shade at Mary J. Blige, that says a lot. Is it because of current drama? Or is this still all connected to the pain Diddy left behind? Either way, the tension's real. And honestly, I want to know what you think. Drop your thoughts in the comments. This triangle just keeps getting messier.